Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the 16th volume of the Songwriter Sessions here at Wilson Valley Mercantile. Today we're talking with our host, Ely Buck Davis, for the Songwriter Roundup that we have on first and third Thursdays, and the next guest, which is Denny Cullinan. So, thanks for joining us, and y'all enjoy. So, Denny, Ely, thank y'all for joining me today. This is the 16th volume of the Songwriter Sessions here at Wilson Valley Mercantile, and it's in preparation for our next Songwriter Roundup, which will be Thursday. I still didn't look to what the date was. Ely, what's the date for?
We're gonna. There you go, Denny. Thank you. The 19th.
Thursday the 19th is the next Songwriter Roundup here in the tasting room. Denny, thanks for joining us today, and looking forward to having you back again here in about another week or so.
Looking forward to it.
Always love to have you in the tasting room. So,
thank you.
So, start off. Tell us about how you got into music, how you started writing your own music, and really what your influences are.
Well, I guess got into music. My mom's parents, my grandparents on my mom's side, were always played music at the house, and my mom's uncle, her younger brother, played music and had bands for years and years and everything. And so it was just pretty much from that side of my family where the music influence came from. And then I don't know, I just got to where I'd played cover stuff for a long time, and then I just decided I wanted to start writing some of my own stuff. And it seems like they'll hit me, and I'll write a good number of songs pretty quick, and then I hit a blank spell, and I don't write. I haven't written for several years now, and I need to try to sit down and get back to writing songs. You know, I mean, I got married in September, so I'm sure I've got some material. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's bound to make a song.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I've said it before, but congratulations on that.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I always love to see Connie's expression whenever you sing my favorite song of yours.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
I don't think she likes that song very much.
She doesn't. Yeah. I don't sing it around the house, I'll tell you that.
It's a Denny classic.
Yeah, it is. And for the listening audience, what's the name of the song? If I Tell You That I Love You, right?
If I Tell You. Just if I tell you, yeah.
If I tell you, yeah.
I tell you what, we need to have you come back and do a still session of that song.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it needs to be recorded somewhere.
Maybe we could do kind of a comedy thing. We were talking about the white trash one with Colin and I, but maybe we should bring Denny in on that recording as well, and we could just do kind of 3 back-to-back kind of comedy songs.
Yeah.
Songs that make you go, huh?
Yeah.
Make it a whole different segment.
Right. I got a pretty funny song where I slam Nashville country music that I wrote a long time ago, but it's funny.
So since I brought up the still sessions just now, tell us about your experience with that, and maybe the listeners or viewers would find those stories interesting about how that was to do still sessions.
Well, that was awesome. That was such a great time. I mean, I took some time off work on, I think it was a Monday, and my good friend Jason Curb met me over there and played fiddle for it. And actually, the weekend before, we had done a few original songs at one of my shows, and then sat down and at my house and went over them and decided which 2 to do. But it was great. I mean, just to have an atmosphere like that and that kind of professional quality audio and video recording in a neat environment like Wilson Valley, that was awesome. That was one of the high points of my music stuff. Honestly, it was a blast.
All right.
That's pretty high compliments. I appreciate that. We try and do good, so I'll take that. Well, tell us, back on still sessions. So one of them was one of the ones you recorded is "Hole Against the Sky." So what's where'd that song come from? Tell the audience about what they can, if they were to go look at that on our YouTube channel, what they could, what the inspiration was for it.
I wrote that song for my daughter's wedding, and I actually played it out in public some prior to the wedding. I wrote it the fall before. They got married in the spring. They had never heard the song. They heard it at the wedding reception. And as I tell people, I was in this room full of all the guests, and I was sitting against a wall, and they were at the couples table about 6 feet away from me. And right then I realized that doing that was probably the stupidest idea I'd ever had in my life, you know. But I was able to pull it off, and when I finished, I was the only one in the room that wasn't crying. So I don't know why they were crying, but I took it as a win. So yeah, but it's actually based off a quote by Rainer Maria Rilke that I read to them the day they got engaged. That makes reference to being able to have enough distance to be able to see your partner whole against the sky.
Okay,
that's a special gig. I bet you have several gigs in your life that you can look back on and be like, that was a special gig. But I bet you that one
was
pretty top, probably on the top. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I got to do a wedding one time. I had a couple ask me to write a song for their wedding, and that was already special enough. But then the electricity went out, and I brought my band. We weren't able to play. We weren't able to hook up to the amps or anything. So I had to play that solo acoustically out in the mud and the rain. And they shined car lights on the couple as they did their dance. So their first dance song became that song. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
And that wasn't in the plans. It was supposed to be a song that I played at the wedding, but it wasn't supposed to be their first dance, but it became that. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Good deal.
And I'm drawing a blank. What was the other still session you did, Denny?
That was Texas Again.
Texas Again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Walk us through the same information for that one.
Actually kind of got inspired. I wrote a bunch of songs after a trip to Big Bend. We went, me and my daughter went to Big Bend on spring break, and a couple of nights we camped out at Stillwell Ranch, and just all that open country and all that huge sky, especially at night, just kind of got my mind to going. And we'd carried journals, and so I just started writing down notes. And that one, and I think 3 or 4 other songs that I wrote when I got back, but I wrote down the ideas for that. And I've always kind of been drawn to songs that talk about maybe the darker side of life. And, as we know, I've written one love song, but those songs just kind of came something about, I need to get back out to Big Bend because that will inspire you. It really will.
Ely, you got any questions you want to ask Denny?
No, I was just kind of thinking, I want to say to the listeners and maybe other aspiring artists, if they're in the area, in the Central Texas area, that they should get to know Denny, come out to one of his shows, because meeting Denny has been really good for me as far as meeting other musicians, networking, getting other gigs. So I just want to give a little shout out to Denny, that if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have the gigs that I have in this area. So thanks.
Oh, well, you're quite welcome. Thank you for all the time we've got to spend together and the opportunities you've given me. And, it's just, I just saw really remarkable talent when I first met you down at Barrels and Amps, and it's just like, I know some people. They've got to meet this guy. I figured, maybe it was helping you, but I figured at the same time I was doing them a favor, because I see some of the people that play in here. You gotta listen to this guy.
See, John, Denny actually likes me.
Or maybe he's just being nice because this is being recorded. There is that factor to consider.
Well, Ely did tell me he'd give me $20 too. So,
you weren't supposed to talk about that.
So
that's right. This is still going, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's still being recorded. So interestingly enough, whatever it's worth. So whenever the tasting room first opened, of course, Wes Perryman was the first person who he played our soft opening, and I asked him, if he knew anybody who'd be interested in playing, because at that point I had been more focused on getting a distillery built and tasting room opened so the bleeding could stop than anything else. And y'all are the two people y'all are the 2 names that Wes gave me. Wow. And I don't remember when Ely first played in the tasting room, but you were the second or third person I think that played.
I played the night after him because I came in the night before because I'd never been in the place. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wes is good people. He's very talented. He's super good guy. Great.
We need to get him back on, get him and do one of these interviews with him sometime, Ely.
Yes, for sure.
We do.
In the roundup and get him interviewed. So there's some content about the Wes Perryman experience.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That was whenever we did the Valley Fest, a year and a half ago. That was I asked Wes his band that he put together for that, and I said, "What's the band's name?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "How about the Wes Perryman Experiences?" That's what it is now.
I like it. I think it fit.
So, well, Denny, one question we've I think has almost become tradition that we ask everybody who we interview is what the aspiring songwriter, the first person who's starting out, singer songwriter or just singer or whatever. What is your advice to that new guy or gal that's starting to walk down this journey?
I would say, and I don't really practice this like I should, but I would say, and especially if you're in a position where you're kind of out and about a lot and moving, carry something with you to write on everywhere you go. And if you have a thought, write it down, because the thoughts will get away from you. And, it may not be a full sentence, but it could come to fruition and turn out to be something really good. But jot down notes anytime you can. Anything you observe, anything you think, but just keep a journal and keep it with you everywhere you go.
That's good.
I think we haven't had that one before. We've had
we haven't had that
gig.
One.
We've had figure out how to pay for the music.
I always bring a mute pedal.
Yeah, that's Ely's. Yeah. Always bring a mute pedal. And for the record, mute cables don't always work if they just get on the cable.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So let's see. What other questions do we need to pull out of Denny's head?
I'm scared to pull anything out of Denny's head.
Yeah, this could end badly.
Well, tell us. I will say I mentioned influences earlier. I know. I think every time I've ever seen you're wearing a Paul Thornband hat. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he's probably a big influence on your music. Who are some other influences?
Yeah. Well, Steve Earle, Robert Earl Keen, Townes Van Zandt was a huge influence. Guy Clark. I love Guy Clark's writing, but I was always actually more drawn to Townes Van Zandt because, man, he just writes from such a dark perspective. You know, he can cut to the chase of something. But those, I like to listen to old Louvin Brothers stuff, those old Appalachian murder ballads and things like that.
Yeah.
I would say those are the main ones. And like from my grandparents, they were old school country,
Mm-hmm.
and some bluegrass type stuff and everything. All of that just, I don't know, a song has to say something, it's the song's got to really mean something. Talk to me about something that interests me,
Sure.
I like that.
Yep. Well, any dates coming up? Any shows coming up for you?
Well, I've got this one this coming Thursday, and then all my other shows, I play with my good friend Jason Kerb. March the 15th at Barrow, and then March the 28th at Barrow Brewing in Salado, and March the 28th at Bourbon Speaks in Salado. And then we're booked to play back with you, I believe May the 2nd or something like that.
I hadn't looked that far. I hadn't thought about past next week's.
Right, I know.
It's on the calendar, but I couldn't tell you when it's on the calendar for.
Right, but I know it's early May. I know that's the next time we're playing there, and I always look forward to coming out to Wilson Valley because you do such a great job and you take care of all of us so good. And
Well,
I don't haul no heavy stuff or nothing. I just plug into your stuff that's hooked up. That's brilliant.
Well, we try and make it really easy and pretty regular. Whenever I have somebody who's asking about playing, I try and at this point I've actually got a form email that I send to everybody that's got everything pretty much pre-populated in it. Like full PA. All you need is your own, whatever pedal you want to use in your guitar. If you got a mic you prefer, but I still have people who ask and or when they first come in, they're looking around trying to see what.
Which I respect that because if you've never been in the place, there are other venues, and Denny will know this, that say, yeah, we have a PA, and then you get there and it's something from 1948,
Right.
that buzzes and everything else. So when John says that he has a PA, he means he has a PA.
I mean, if you just lean to the side a little bit, you can see one of the QSC speakers on the wall back there. That's set at about 15% of what it can do. You're turning the wrong way. Have you been drinking, Ely? I know you're at the bar right now.
Yeah, I've already got whiskey pouring over here. Sorry. It was out on the table.
Yeah. You were talking about all you have to do is bring in your instrument and your pedals. I have to give a shout out to Jason Kerb because I have never seen a fiddle player with that kind of pedal.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
For himself. And he's adding to it as we speak.
He's gonna have to put wheels on it and tow it behind his pickup if it gets much bigger.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. Yeah,
but yes, Kerb is he is well. I don't even know well equipped whenever it comes to pedals.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
All right. Well, Ely, Denny, y'all got anything else that you want to share with folks?
I think I'm good. I look forward to seeing you Thursday.
On Thursday. Yeah.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Really have fun.
It'd be a great time. Appreciate y'all being here and talking with me today.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Later, John.
Okay. See y'all soon. Okay. Bye.